Yes, I, Grenada, Carrico, Petey Montnick, and the rest of the world, I'd like to welcome you again. People, welcome to another Mikey Life program, and this is where it all happens. We are talking about the good, the bad, and the Mikey. People, we do not have a horse in the race, and so we tell you as it is. We tell you what's breaking the internet. We tell you what's making the news. We tell you things you haven't heard before. Olia, I hope that Olia had a good day today, I hope all are ready for some news. News in all the Lily Lolo. I met some people today. I want to say hello to all the people I met today. You understand? All you know who all you are. Big up all the whole self. Grenada have real good people landing, real good people. All you. Let's see what's making the headlines for tonight. Kirani in lane 2 in hits 2 in 400 meter at World Championships. And he won the hits today. Mash up the place. All you happening in Barbados, boy. Water rationing. They say the situation is really dire. They say it's on a crisis level with regards to the scarcity of water, particularly in elevated areas. So we're going to talk to you about that. Now, bully has public concern. In St. Lucia, we have live footage to show you what we're talking about. Life in prison for baby killer. We will share that with you. We told you about a story about, I think when the program started, a few months after the program started last, back in the day, we told you about a situation where a baby was killed. We will tell you what the outcome of the case was. All right, so stay tuned for that. Also, and by the way, that was in Guyana. Men stabbed each other to death in Guyana. Now, this is a very different story. Because not all the time do you hear that two people who are involved in a fight both die. All right, so we're going to talk about that. We have other things to tell you about that happened here in Grenada. So we'd like you to stay put for that. All right, guys, share the program for those of you who have not yet done so. All right, particularly those of you who are on Facebook, we ask of you to share the business. And when they share the business, that's all the people get to see the business. And, the world is a better place for everybody. Okay, we've been having some really hot days. Not only Grenada, the region is complaining of the heat. Crazy stuff, man. So anyway, folks, make yourself comfortable. We have a lot to talk about. All right. Now, we want to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of WPG 10. That's channels 10 and 11, and of course, we want to say hello to those of you who are viewing via WPG 10. All right, folks, we take a break and we'll return shortly. And when we come back, it gonna be what? Real news in Audio Lily Lolo. Stay tuned.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz, bringing value home.
They're coming from near and far to blaze the gospel in song. Saturday, October 26th, Grenada National Stadium. Get ready to break every chain. Featuring for the first time in Grenada, Grammy Award-winning gospel artist Tasha Cobbs. Live from Jamaica, the sensational Jermaine Edwards. And many more. Tickets on sale now at gotofet.com. Stay tuned to this station for more info.
Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
I'm breaking up with you.
Why? is over.
The first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show featuring live from Nigeria comedy sensation Emanuela Success and the Mark Angel comedy crew.
I've sent the date. See you when I come.
Set the date. Mark the day. Saturday, December 14th. Grenada National Stadium. Get your early bird ticket. Kids under 16, $30. Adults, $50. Kids under 16. VIP tickets, $80. Adults, $150. Get your tickets online at GoToFet, TicketPal, and your regular ticket outlets. Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
It's my money.
It's my money.
It's my money, and I need it now.
Grenada, come get your money. Oh, and did I mention 2 cars? Get ready for the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo, where you can win 2 sleek Suzuki Swift sports cars plus $40,000 in cash. Wow. It's an event you don't want to miss. Sunday, October 6th at the National Stadium from 5 p.m. Get your tickets for only $60 for 1 or $100 for 2. Just imagine, on Sunday, October 6th, you can walk to the venue and drive away in a Suzuki Swift sports car plus $40,000 in cash at the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. Sponsored by Carol, Glenelg, Mikey Live, GoToFet.com, and Waggy T Rentals and Sound Company.
That's my car.
All right, so folks, welcome back to tonight's program, and I'm your host, Mikey Hutchinson. Now, the government of Grenada, through financing from the Caribbean Development Bank, the CDB, implemented the Awakening Special Potential by investing in restoration and empowerment Aspire Youth at Risk project through the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment. Now, the project provides opportunities for graduate and postgraduate students targeting practitioners in the field of general psychology with concentration in clinical psychology and counseling. Now, the ministry is inviting applications from suitably qualified Grenadian nationals to pursue studies in the following areas for the academic year 2020. Now, the type of award is a PhD, and the area is general psychology with a concentration in clinical psychology and counseling. Now, in terms of the institution, an accredited university in a CDB member country. All right. To be eligible, you must be a citizen of Grenada, not be older than 45 years, have an undergraduate degree that will enable entry to a graduate or postgraduate program at the respective universities. You must be employed within the main social services sector, have at least 5 years relevant work experience, and apply to the respective institutions and have received an unconditional offer of admission. All right. Now, there are various requirements and so on. We'll be able to post that on our site. All right, guys. And there's a lot of details as it relates to that. But here's what the deadline for your application is: October 15. And in the event that you want further information, because there's a lot of documentation and so on, you can call 440-2269 extension 21538. That's 440-2269 extension 21538, or email aspirepc4@gmail.com. All right, good. All you, here's what's happening. All right, the public, you're hereby informed that services at the General Hospital Laboratory, St. George's, or laboratory, as some people would say, will be interrupted from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Wednesday, 2nd October 2019. All right, so again, services at the laboratory will be interrupted at the General Hospital from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Wednesday, 2nd October. Now, this is as a result of permission being granted to the staff to attend the funeral service of Dr. Barrymore McBurnett, who passed away on September 19, 2019. Now, Dr. McBurnett headed the hospital's oncology unit in St. George's, where he gave over 40 years of dedicated service. Now, the Ministry of Health and the General Hospital Management sincerely apologizes, they say, for the inconveniences this may cause. They say that the offices will resume regular business operating hours on Thursday, October 3rd, 2019 at 8 a.m. All year, today was no ordinary day for Grenadians. You know why? They found a reason to jump up and think again. Why? Because Kirani was racing, people. Kirani was racing, so of course, you know how Grenadians stay ready. You understand? You're telling me Grenada's #1 athlete, quarter miler Kirani, the Jaguar. He got through comfortably in his heat, making it to the semi-finals of the World Championships in Doha, Qatar. He ran in lane 2 in heat number 2 and made it at a time of 44.94 seconds, the fastest qualifying time into Wednesday's 400-meter semi-finals at the World Championships. Said that he's happy to move on to the next round. This is his second major international outing for 2019. Now you remember that for about 2 years, Kirani was off the tracks owing to Graves' disease, which is an autoimmune disease that affects the thyroid. So he wasn't well. You understand? So he went and, you know, he recovered. And so he recovered nicely. And now the man back with a bang. Go, Kirani, go. Go, Kirani, go. Go, Kirani, get ready! You should have heard them Grenadians today as usual, you know. You understand? It was a nice run for Kirani. All you make noise for Kirani, make noise. You understand? Immediately following the race, he spoke to the media about his performance.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. No, it wasn't easy. No, I think I had the race under control, but Wals from Japan really, I think his last 100 was very impressive, you know, so I think that's the beauty of the sport, beauty of the event is that everybody wants to make it to the next round and you can't really take anything for granted, so, you know, I'm proud of him for, you know, doing what he's doing, representing this country and trying to get to the next round, so, yeah, it wasn't as easy as it looks.
All right, and you're going to get more about that in the national report a little bit later. Oh, yeah. By mid-morning tomorrow, football fans here in Grenada will get a chance to have a better understanding as to when the 10th Wagiti Super Knockout Football Tournament will begin. The CEO of the tournament, Wayne Wagiti. Although they don't say I look like Wagiti, fine, so, nah, man, Wagiti ugly, so. Yeah, I mean, don't say that. Yeah, but he had one time, Waggy had football, boy, and we were there and then, with 5 people in there. Mikey, Waggy is your brother. Waggy is your brother. Nah, Waggy is my life. But here's what. Waggy was my neighbor when we growing up like a boy and thing, you know. When I used to run around without pants and thing in Gov. Waggy and him used to stay right there, so we were immediate neighbors like that, so, you know. Yeah, so I could have stretched me and beg Waggy for a pound of sugar. You understand? So maybe because we breathe the same air when we were a little bit younger, you know, that is what go on there. But nah, that's not my brother. And I mean, anyway, like that talk. Yeah. So there will be a media launch happening tomorrow, and you're gonna know the teams that will be participating, and who they are going to be playing in the first set of games. All right. So we're gonna have a better understanding of the schedule. You understand? They are going to be talking about the rules and regulations and so on. You know, the regular chat when tournaments begin, so that there is no gray area. You understand? So right, good. Let's move on now. All you taking a look at the latest scores in the Western Basketball Championship. Oh, they're happening on the Guelph hard court last weekend. There were some interesting performances. Naidan Joseph and Gary James on the opposite side of the fence were on point. Joseph and his team, Showtime. Are the change the name of the team? Huh? Anyway, defeated James and Soul Rebels 73-65. They say Joseph came through with 29 points and 4 rebounds for Showtime, while Gary James netted 27 points for Soul Rebels and executed 6 assists and 4 steals. The other games was also a thriller, down to the last 3 seconds to determine a winner. 3 seconds, you know, like NBA. They say Knockers got the better of Trojans 87-86. Trojans plus battle back from 20 points down to even the score at 86 with 6 seconds remaining. They say Elmont Williams netted 37 points for Knockers and executed 13 rebounds, and Nigel Nimrod had 26 points and 10 assists. And for Trojans, plus they share Shard Noel 32 points, 3 rebounds, and Javon Julian 32 points, 5 rebounds. So wait, Nigel, I want to change name of them team and them, or what it is? I don't listen. Anyway, let me leave that talk. Yes, earlier, Sunday night, at the Victoria Hardcourt, Sally Sixers defeated St. Mark's Stars. Alright, Victoria Juniors, 68-49. Let me move on. Earlier, free animal health clinic, they had that boy. Vaccinations, deworming, and general pet health were some of the services that were offered at the St. George's University School of Veterinary Medicine. Free animal health clinic that was on Saturday. Well, here's what. Well, put it this way. Grenadians took advantage of the opportunity.
Today is World Rabies Day, and this program, this outreach program today is very fitting and so for creating awareness and so for rabies, because it's very fatal and it's endemic to our country. So we hope like everybody coming out will make use of it and learn something today.
That was Vet and Livestock Assistant of the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Tara Brizan, fully endorsing the St. George's University School of Veterinary Medicine initiative to offer a free animal health clinic to the general public. Held on Saturday in conjunction with the International Observance of World Rabies Day, many persons turned out with their animals at the Mantu Plain Field, where vaccinations, deworming, and general pet health were administered. Having been offering the service for approximately 14 years, one of the organizers of the event, Dr. Wayne Sylvester, believes general education about animal care is one of the most striking benefits for patrons.
When the owners come, the pet owners come, the farmers come to the clinics, they receive a lot of information as to how to care their pets. They are also exposed to information on vaccinations, preventative care, how to feed their pets, how to go about deworming their pets. So overall what happens is that there is an increased awareness, and so the public, the general public, is able to do more for their pets as they learn more about how to care for their pets.
Dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine, Neil Olson, said the community involvement aspect of the initiative has always been part of the university's drive.
We like to pride ourselves in being part of the community and giving back to the community. And this is a good example of that, where we help the people that have their animals. It helps us in our educational process.
Here are some of the thoughts of persons who sought the services for their pets at the outreach clinic on Saturday.
In a similar way than what happened last week with the hospital outside there, the medical hospital, I came with the hopes that a similar thing is going to happen here with my dogs. Professional service.
I was listening to the TV and I saw the advertisement, and I thought it was a good gesture, especially for the community. So I thought I should take my dogs to get vaccine.
What exactly are you hoping your dogs?
Well, to be healthier dogs, although they are very healthy, but I mean, I hope they will be healthier.
It's a good thing for the community, because there are a lot of dogs that need to get checked on, and the people don't really have the finances to go around, supporting the animal like they should. So it's a good thing for the community.
The next clinic is crowded for the 16th of November at Tivoli Plain Field in St. Andrew. For the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Karima Lewis.
Thank you very much, Karima. Great story. All right. Earlier. So we're moving on. You know, we have been complaining about water, and you know, NASA had to do some regulations and so on. Well, we are not the only ones under this sort of stress. The Barbados Water Authority is currently rationing water and diverting it to other areas, especially parishes to the north and east that are most in need. They say the water levels are at a crisis point. The island's water level, let me quote, the island's water levels had passed crisis point. Yeah? So now they're trying to see if they can spread out things. They say particularly suffering from this are people who are in elevated areas. Rationing will be twice, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and again from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. And continue on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Yeah? Now here's what they're saying, people living in areas which had previously been enjoying relatively steady water supply will now have to catch water or rely on water trucks. You understand? So the situation is dire. Not just in Grenada, other parts of the region. People only watch and learn, see what's going on. All right. Stay there and buy water tank and organize for extra storage and thing. People, the thing is serious. Just like you have a cell phone per house, at least 2-3 cell phones in a house, you have to have a water tank. In 2019, that goes without saying. All right, let me leave that talk day. You understand? The previous story spoke about deworming. Y'all remember how our parents dewormed us? While I was talking about the story, I'm remembering. All you remember how we used to be dewormed? Oh God. Anyway, let's leave that talk. Let's leave that deworming talk for another time. Yeah, you might have some people are eating. No. There's a situation in St. Lucia where they say a video is making the rounds. I even saw it. Students on a bus, and one student bullying the next. Bullying, I said. Bullying. Don't go and say what I do say. One student was bullying the other. All right? While other students recorded and laughed and cheered. Maybe not all the students, but some of them. You understand? And so this whole thing about bullying is again coming up. Now, yesterday I was saying, for me, I turn the other cheek. You understand? But what do you tell your child when they are being bullied? Do you tell a child turn the other cheek? Because sometimes when you turn the other cheek, the bullies see that as a sign of weakness and they will continue beating up your child and thing. So I don't know, For me, I might turn the other cheek as an adult. But what do you say to your child? And I'm going to show you now. What do you say to your child who becomes a victim of a bully? And just to be clear, this incident happened in St. Lucia, not Grenada. We now join our folks at the HDS News Force out there in St. Lucia for an update on this new development.
This was more than the normal horseplay for which boys in particular are known. In this video, the older boy, it seems, demands that another physically smaller boy vacates his seat. He wants to get closer to his target and settle a score. A boy who is clearly smaller and weaker than he is. The smaller boy is heard asking the bigger one, why does he want to hit him? The bigger boy's response is simple, to settle a long overdue score.
That's what I owe you. That's what I owe you.
He then proceeds by punching, then placing the younger boy in a chokehold.
Shut up and sit down. Hurry up. Sit down. Hurry up.
The younger boy stands up in response to being assailed, but the bigger boy demands that he sits down.
Shut up and sit down. Hurry up.
The bigger boy then fires another punch, and almost in repetition of the first exchange, another chokehold follows.
Guys, yeah, you know, we on them heights here.
Shortly afterwards, the video goes dark and silent. Throughout this incident, no one called on the bigger boy to stop the attack. The driver seems unaware of the goings-on, but quietly, the other students capture the event on their mobile phones and circulate the video of this school bus incident to the world. News Force has learned that the young man involved in the incident has since apologized for his behavior, but he has also gone missing. His loved ones are appealing to him to return home in order to resolve this issue and move on with his young life. Stanley Lucian for the HTS News Force.
He gone missing? No reaction. So what do you do? What do you say to your child when they become a victim of that kind of behavior? Turn the other cheek, report it, fight back, you know, because I'm tempted to say turn the other cheek, but when you turn the other cheek, I mean they yeah. So anyway, he gone missing. Yeah, maybe they should check the parents of that abused child. Like seriously, you home and you see a videos like that circulating where somebody beat up your child like that. You understand? Alright, audio. Let's take a let's stay in St. Lucia for a while. Alright? The St. Lucian public has been alerted to the rise in the number of cases of gastroenteritis. And so the Ministry of Wellness is calling on persons to exercise good hygiene practices in order to reduce the chances of becoming infected with the illness. Now there had been some talks about that here, but there's no official word that whether or not there's any gastroenteritis or anything like that. So we live in that day. But we are showing you this because, I mean, it applies to everyone in terms of what the practices should be to avoid becoming victims or even your children becoming victims of this.
The Department of Health and Wellness has recorded an increase in the number of cases of gastroenteritis reported over the last few weeks. Acute gastroenteritis is an inflammation of the stomach and the intestines and may be caused by viruses, bacteria, parasites, among others. Gastroenteritis is spread by direct contact with an infected person, by consuming contaminated food or water, or by touching contaminated surfaces, then putting your unwashed hands in your mouth. Persons with gastroenteritis may experience diarrhea and/or vomiting, which may be accompanied by stomach pain and fever. In most cases, gastroenteritis presents itself as a self-limiting illness. However, children and elderly are most susceptible to complications such as dehydration and should therefore be monitored closely. Signs of dehydration include decreased urination, dry mouth, crying with few or no tears, or feeling drowsy or sleepy. The spread of gastroenteritis can be minimized by taking the following steps. Wash hands frequently and thoroughly with soap and water, especially after vomiting or after bowel movement and before meals. Carefully wash fruits and vegetables before consumption. Surfaces and objects should be disinfected frequently to eliminate the virus, bacteria, using bleach, 1 teaspoon of bleach for 2 cups of water. Avoid going to work or school if you are vomiting or have diarrhea, and remain away until at least 48 hours after the symptoms have passed. Avoid sharing cutlery or utensils. The Department of Health and Wellness continues to put measures in place to monitor and address the increasing cases of gastroenteritis. Transmission can be minimized if persons practice good hand hygiene and follow the steps highlighted above. Please seek medical attention at your nearest wellness center if your condition does not improve or if there are signs of dehydration. For more information, please feel free to contact the Bureau of Health Education or the Epidemiology Unit at 468-5349 or 468-5325. Joachim Duplessis, HDS News Force.
Thank you very much, Joachim. And folks, we are moving on. This is one you will not hear. 2 men were on Friday night killed during a fight, allegedly over cigarettes. Police are saying that the men stabbed each other, you know. No, that's why I'm telling you this story now, because you don't get that kind of thing every day. They kill each other. And of course, we got this one from Guyana. Very interesting story out there, man. I never hear that yet.
25-year-old German Adrian Jeffrey, a laborer of Lot 48 Pike Street, Kitty, Georgetown, and a man who is known as Rastaman. The newsroom visited Jeffrey's mother at her Kitty home. The woman, who did not want her face on camera, was still shocked since she saw her eldest son moments before he was killed.
He left to go home when I saw him. He was out here with his friends drinking and he left to go home. Actually, I was sleeping. My sister come and knock on the window and wake me up. And she told me that German just get stabbed up and dead.
The mother of 4 said German moved out of the house approximately 1 month ago to live with a friend in Albertown. The tearful woman said she is unaware of what led to the incident, but described her son as a loving person. Police said German was involved in an argument which turned into a scuffle with a man whose only name was given as Rastaman at about 21:40 hours on Friday. Police claimed that German approached the shop where Rastaman was standing and requested to purchase cigarettes, but was denied when the argument ensued. They both stabbed each other to death. The newsroom was reliably informed that Rastaman, who is also called Talman, is a friend of the shop owner. It is alleged that the shop owner did not want to sell the cigarettes to German because he smokes it in the presence of his 6-month-old baby. German worked at an ice factory in Kingston, Georgetown. His body was found at the scene with an ice pick in his right hand. Reporting for Newsroom, it's Anelo Patwo.
Oh, wow. Very interesting, right? Yeah. What else do we have to tell you, boy? I think one of the stories that interestingly is breaking the internet is you remember that case where a child was killed in Guyana, and they said it was because of a pair of earrings, right? No, the case was happening and we were not really aware as to the outcome of it, right? Well, we were able to get an update on this matter. So while we're in Guyana, let's stay in Guyana for this special report on this incident.
Roberts, formerly of Beefield Sophia, will be eligible for parole after serving 20 years imprisonment. High Court Judge Justice Joanne Barlow ordered that Roberts is exposed to anger management and educational classes while serving his life sentence. Roberts opted to plead guilty to the capital offense, which occurred on September 1, 2017, at Lot 98 North Sophia, Georgetown. Roberts was represented by attorney-at-law Maxwell McKay, while the state was represented by prosecutor Sarah Martin. It is the state's case that on the day in question, the toddler was at home with her 2 older brothers, ages 12 and 10, in their 1-bedroom house, while their father worked the night shift as a security guard. At around 3 hours, Roberts allegedly gained entry into the house by breaking a louver window in the bedroom and attempted to relieve the toddler of her gold earrings. When the child began to scream, the man reportedly tossed her through a window into the swampy yard. Before leaving, he placed a pile of wood on top of the shallow grave and buried the toddler alive. Her body was submerged in water and slush and was pulled from the 3 feet deep muddy grave approximately an hour after she was buried there. In mitigation, McKay told the court that his client is 18 years old, but the court records presented by the prosecutor showed that he is 22 years old. The attorney stated that Roberts showed remorse, and in his statement to the police, he said he was sorry. In court, Roberts explained that he was angry with himself and took it out on his niece. Prosecutor Martin asked the court to consider the age of the victim, the way in which she was killed, and her relationship with Roberts. The judge said that the incident was a cruel fashion of death, noting that Roberts did not only throw his niece through the window, but also buried her in the mud. Reporting for the newsroom, Fariza Hanif.
Yes, I wonder if you guys remember that story, right? And for those of you who have been following us from day one, you would remember when we reported this incident. It's interesting. At least the case is now closed, and he was sentenced, because for somebody to do something like that, that was really crazy. Yeah. All right. How we looking for time, people? All right. Despite whatever your days are like and however you spend it, always remember to tell the people who are close to you how you feel about them, especially when it's good things that you have to say, because sometimes we get so busy and forget to, just make them know how much we appreciate them. So tonight, I'd like to just say how much I appreciate you guys.
Stuck on me. I got this feeling down deep in my soul where I just can't lose. Yes, I'm on my way. I needed a friend to love me like Chucky to the end. Yes, I'm on my way.
Y'all play too much. Yeah, y'all play too much, man. I'm serious. You guys play too much. All right, so we are moving on. How we looking for time? I can't talk too loud because Small Man, they right there. I know we got Small Man. Small Man want to be on the program tonight. By the time program starts, Small Man fall asleep. Yeah, understand? Anyway, lady that talk there. Right. What else do we have to tell all you? So we have a very interesting entertainment piece for you tonight. It's not going to be anybody singing, no. So we have a very interesting entertainment piece for you tonight. We have national report, and as well we have the weather. So I just want to take a little water break. Make sure Small Man all right, and we're coming back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance, with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz, bringing value home.
They're coming from near and far to blaze the gospel in song. Saturday, October 26th, Grenada National Stadium. Get ready to break every chain. Featuring for the first time in Grenada, Grammy Award-winning gospel artist Tasha Cobbs. Live from Jamaica, the sensational Jermaine Edwards. And many more. Tickets on sale now at gotofet.com. Stay tuned to this station for more info.
Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
I'm breaking up with you.
Why?
is over.
The first annual KFC Come Laugh With Us comedy show featuring live from Nigeria comedy sensation Emanuela, Success, and the Mark Angel comedy crew.
I've sent the date. See you when I come.
Set the date. Mark the day. Saturday, December 14th. Grenada National Stadium. Get your early bird ticket. Kids on the 16th, $30. Adults, $50. Kids on the 16th. VIP tickets, $80. Adults, $150. Get your tickets online at GoToFet, TicketPal, and your regular ticket outlets. Grenada, this one will have you rolling.
It's my money.
It's my money.
It's my money, and I need it now.
Grenada, come get your money. Oh, and did I mention 2 cars? Get ready for the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo, where you can win 2 sleek Suzuki Swift sports cars plus $40,000 in cash. Wow. It's an event you don't want to miss. Sunday, October 6th at the National Stadium from 5 p.m. Get your tickets for only $60 for 1 or $100 for 2. Just imagine, on Sunday, October 6th, you can walk to the venue and drive away in a Suzuki Swift sports car plus $40,000 in cash at the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. Sponsored by Carol, Glenell, Mikey Live, GoToVet.com, and Waggy T Rentals and Sound Company.
That's my car.
Alrighty, folks, and welcome back. And so the next thing that we have for you, it is our entertainment piece. And our entertainment piece tonight features the quote-unquote universe boss, that is Chris Gale in Grenada, doing a special video highlighting the treasures of our beautiful island.
Spice Island, Grenada. Look at that. That's the beach. Grenada, Grenada. Sweet, sweet Grenada. Absolutely beautiful. Just a pity I can't swim, eh? But anyway, I'm heading out. I'll catch you guys later, okay? Yes, Spice Island. Taking a round robin trip. We're going to Rawl. I'm with Rawl Lewis and we have
Grenville, St. Andrews, we're going. Also to the hills in Union.
It's going to be a lovely trip, so we're going to see a different side of Grenada. The weather's not so good anyway, so it's really in the Spice Island. And we have a lot to show you guys later when we reach up on the hill. What the thing you eat? What do you call it? Them lizards.
Iguana.
Iguana. So these people eat iguana.
But also tell them fruits and vegetables.
Yeah?
So don't make it safe. It's wild meat only. Lots of fruits and vegetables. Greenery in Grenada. That's what it's called, Grenada.
You hear that?
Yes.
Greenery.
Yeah.
Lots of vegetable. Wow. This is a spice. Like the spice. Spice, man.
Esteman.
How are you, boss? We want some spice.
Dal is there? Dal there? Dal there?
Big daughter. Shimika! Yeah. Shimika! I remember when he was a baby, you know. Yeah. Baby Shimika. I used to give Shimika a nipple bottle.
Yeah? I'll go in there and see your mom for 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Grass. Smell nuts. Raw nuts.
Raw nuts? Stick up on it. Raw nuts, yeah.
These are the natural nuts.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
man, I'm easy, man.
I'm Gargan.
I love the hustle, man. Love the hustle.
I'm Gargan.
Let's say them.
Gargan.
Gargan.
Yeah, man.
What is good for?
It's good for everything.
It's good for everything?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I've been doing that a very long time.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Yes, so there.
Bless up, bless
Yeah,
up.
man, I've been doing that 38 years.
38 years?
Yeah.
In Grenville?
Yeah, man. Trenchtown, right? And the corner, so.
Trenchtown, Grenville.
Yeah. So it's my...
Hey, good, man.
Big up, big up.
Hey, good. Tell them what is it? This gentleman.
It's cinnamon. It's one of our local spices. You can use it to make tea. If you're making cake, you can even put a little bit in your white rum.
Hear that?
And it will taste very nice.
Smell very nice. Cinnamon. That's why we call Grenada Spice Island, you know?
Yes.
Well known for spice like this. Cinnamon spice. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. So something to Melissa again. So me and my spice. Spice Island, that is, okay?
Yes, hi, folks. So that's Chris Gill, the Universe Boss, is one of the, what should I say, the best batsman when it comes to T20 cricket. He has broken all records, has set many, and there is more to come, I'm sure. Christopher Henry Gale, the Universe Boss, star cricketer in Grenada, and of course he was showcasing, his friends who he has here, and of course, just having a good time. Christopher Henry Gale. Right, and that's our entertainment piece for today. Of course, many people will be seeing that video around the world. It will do a lot for us in terms of marketing the island. Right, what do we have next? After the entertainment piece, you know what we usually do? We give you the favorite part of our program, which is National Report.
Farm Labour Support Program begins next week. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Tuesday, October 1st, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. Grenada's 2019 Farm Labour Support Program will commence on Monday, October 7th, providing employment for more than 400 Grenadians. Government has allocated over $300,000 for the program, which will benefit 130 farms across the country. During the government's weekly post-cabinet press briefing on Tuesday, Agriculture Minister, the Honourable Yolande Bain Hosford, said her ministry will support the establishment of more than 200 acres of 5 key crops and spices.
The establishment of 100 acres of soursop. You know, soursop is our gold. And we have to ensure that soursop, we keep planting and refurbishing those fields. The establishment of 25 acres of cocoa, the establishment of 25 acres of nutmegs, 50 acres of spices in St. David's, and we chose St. David's because the soil in St. David's is the right soil for planting spices, and a lot of our spices have went down after Hurricane Ivan and Emily in that area. We'll be establishing 10 acres of coconuts, and we are rehabilitating the jump plots at the Ashenden and Lassages stations.
Minister Bain Hosford says contracts for the Farm Labour Support Program will be done fortnightly for 2 months.
We have over 50 gangs will be participating in the program, and that would be for a period of 2 months. On this program, each worker will be entitled to a maximum of 2 fortnights. 130 farms will benefit from this program.
The program, which commenced more than 10 years ago, was recently amended to include the completion of a contract by farmers who require support. To be eligible, farmers must have access to land, maintain their fields, and should not have received any assistance on the same plot of land from any previous labor support program. Grenada is receiving €2 million from a tranche of €50 million set aside by the European Union to help Caribbean countries in their fight to eliminate violence against women and girls. As part of the campaign, the Ministry of Social Development is completing a draft country program called the Spotlight that will be presented for implementation next year. Grenada is working with the United Nations and the EU in this vein. On Monday, the EU and UN delegates met with members of the civil society to discuss the current draft document and chart the way forward. EU Program Manager Katia Venson said the focus is to build partnerships with countries that already have existing programs. She says priority will be given to the primary healthcare sector.
Something that's important for us in the EU is to make sure that we can build synergies with other either existing or planned programs. And our bilateral work with Grenada, the focus is primary health care. So I'm already in discussion with the program manager who has this portfolio to see, okay, once we have everything clocked for the Grenada country program, we're going to see how can we maybe make 1 + 1 become 3. How can we maximize the resources? Because of course it's also access to services, and since we're engaged in the primary healthcare sector, we are committed to see how we can try to build on what we're doing under the Spotlight initiative. So that's at least our aim and our ambitions. So that is something that I would like to keep on dialoguing with you about as we move forward into implementation.
Head of the Gender and Family Affairs Division, Mrs. Elaine Henry McQueen, said Grenada will create linkages between its Spotlight program and the National Sustainable Development Plan to ensure its success. The program consists of 6 pillars.
High human and social development, putting people at the center of sustainable development and transformation. And one of the outcomes, the one right at the bottom, which is bold for our focus, is a resilient, inclusive, gender-sensitive, and peaceful society. And again, the Spotlight is in sync with that. Strengthen interventions to combat domestic violence and child abuse. And the last pillar, promoting resilient governance, ensure government continuity, and the institutional strengthening component would fit there, would support that. And the strengthen national data and statistics is also within Spotlight, of course, as they relate to violence against women and girls.
Consultations for the Grenada Country program began in June 2019. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The house was shaking. Then said the story here, bang, crack, and the roof had gone.
Man, I was so scared, I nearly wet myself.
Only those who have lived it can truly understand the devastating fury of a hurricane's wind.
The house across the road just get up and roll over.
Hurricane force wind. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. You can hurricane-proof your home. For example, make your roof more wind-resistant by using screws instead of nails in its construction. Find out more about hurricane force winds and other hazards at your local disaster office. A message from the National Disaster Management Agency and SEDERA.
Continuing the news, 2012 Olympic champion Kirani James clocked the fastest time, 44.94 seconds, in the first round heats of the men's 400 meters in Doha, Qatar on Tuesday. This was Kirani's second race of the season. He was away from the track for an extensive amount of time since taking the silver medal at the 2016 Olympics in Rio due to illness. James made his way into the World Championships after posting a qualifying time in Spain on September 6th, the very last day to become eligible.
I think I had the race under control, but Walsh from Japan really, I think his last 100 was very impressive, you know, so I think that's the beauty of the sport, beauty of the event is that everybody wants to make it to the next round and you can't really take anything for granted, so, you know, I'm proud of him for, you know, doing what he's doing, representing this country and trying to get to the next round, so yeah, it wasn't as easy as it looked.
Kirani told reporters after the race that he feels healthy and awaits the lineup for the semi-final on Wednesday.
I have to see the start list first, and once I see that, then you know you can kind of formulate a race plan and that kind of stuff. But I'm just happy to move on to the next round.
Are you fully healthy?
As healthy as I can be. So yeah.
Is that why you waited so long to race this year?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Is it weird? This is the World Championships, and it's only your second over 100 a year.
Yeah, it's the World Championship, and it's also October, so you know. Yeah.
Finally, Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell on Tuesday received the credentials of the new United Nations Development Programme resident representative for Barbados and the OECS, Margie Martinez Solomon. The UNDP representative indicated a desire to mobilize more resources for the benefit of Grenada and its OECS neighbors. The Prime Minister acknowledged that the UNDP has been extremely supportive of Grenada's development thrusts, providing technical support in a number of areas. Dr. Mitchell is keen to see the relationship with the UNDP grow from strength to strength, and he welcomed the potential for additional grant funding to be made available. During his brief visit to Grenada, the UNDP resident representative will also meet with the Attorney General and the Minister for Foreign Affairs, among others. The UNDP, according to its website, works in about 170 countries worldwide, helping to eradicate poverty and reduce inequalities and exclusion. The organization assists countries with policy formation, enhancing leadership skills, building institutional capacity, and building resilience to sustain development results. And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
All right, thank you very much, Leslie Ann. And folks, let's take a look at the weather and see what it's like. We have received an update from the Met Office. All right, and so we are seeing here that the weather is expected to be mostly fair with a few light showers during partly cloudy spells. Winds are northeasterly to southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas are moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open water. Tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be about 26 degrees Celsius. Wow! And tides will be low at midnight. All right, and that's your weather report for tonight. 26 as the low. Imagine that. 26 degrees Celsius tonight's minimum temperature. Anyway, Mishi, Alexander, Teresa, Polydor, Lintona, Mom, Alistair, Sherman, Ezran, Joyous, Angel, Trevelyan, Fitzroy, Shireen and Louisa, Jennifer, Deborah, Kirin and Rachel. Thank you for joining us, and everyone else on the program. Gwendolyn, I see that you're there. Sharon Rush, I see that you're there as well. All right, thank you. Angel and everyone else. Lucy, I see that you're on the program as well, so we want to say thank you to you. And the Josephine, I see that you're there as well. And so the Patsy, I see that you're there. The regular people, we want to say thank you guys, and of course we're going to touch base again tomorrow, God's willing, with another program. Rolanda, blessings, and Laura, blessings as well. Yes, Deborah, I see that you're there. And Natasha, and the folks who are tuned in on WPG10 channels 10 and 11 would also like to say special hello to you guys, and looking forward to having you join us again tomorrow, God's willing. God bless you. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, ja! No. Good night, everyone.